What is up? Hello there, Nemo Ashong here, and thank you so much for letting me just be able to share a little bit of my day with you. So, I am going to spend a little bit of time sharing with you some of the things that have made me grateful today. And it's really interesting. I was actually hoping to see if this song would play on repeat, but it didn't. It was actually Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy. And that has been floating through my mind for the last few days, and not necessarily because I needed a pick me up in that explicit sense of the word or the explicit sense of the phrase, but like just generally speaking, like I want to choose to be happy. So with that, we're gonna play a little bit here. All right, so I'm gonna share with you a couple different things as to what's going on right now and things that make me grateful. First and foremost. I am just really appreciating the ability to, I'm appreciating Spotify. Let me be real. It is awesome to be able to just kind of sit back and listen to a song and be able to have access to anything, whatever I'm looking for, and to feel guilt-free for paying for it, and like just being like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm getting a chance to listen and enjoy the music that people have put together. And at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't know. It's good stuff. So, but years ago, this wasn't possible, right? Years ago, even I'm thinking like pre-Napster time. I don't even know what I did with music back then. But I even remember had I decided to download something from Napster, which of course no one would have, I probably would have downloaded very different songs at the time. And it's just kind of cool right now to be in the stage of my life where I'm like, awesome. I just want to find different songs that I can listen to and really connect with. And Spotify allows me to do that. Look, there's no product placement or anything like that. I'm just like so tickled by the fact that I say that out loud. Yes. I'm so tickled by the fact that I can just like pick a song and listen to it. So that's one. The second thing that I'm going to say that I'm grateful for, and I might have already said this once, but like I think it's still really funny. I'm grateful for Megabus and this random dude who ended up playing one song over and over and over and over and over and over. Like, I think you're getting the point here. Over and over again for about 3 hours long. This one person played the same song over and over again. At first, I thought it was Jason Derulo's trumpets, but it turned out to be the Chainsmokers' Closer. And that was my first time hearing it. I don't hear the radio often. My commute's not that long, so I don't like listen to new songs. And what happened was that I remember sitting there with my wife, Nicole, and we were like, what is going on? This person's music is so loud. They keep repeating it. They fell asleep on the bus. And it was just the same song over and over again. And you could just like hear all the and it's like it just kept going. And then it would stop. And then it would come back. And then it would stop and come back. So what happened was that we left that bus ride. I'm like, this person is nuts. It has to be, right? And like I know at this point that you don't go and like tell someone in New York that that's the case. You don't go over and be like, hey, something's going on here. Like, can you please stop like what you're doing? I don't know. If you're braver than I am, if you have more courage than I am, go ahead, send a like out there. Let me know, put in a comment or something like that to let me know. But for me, on my end of it, I'm like, I don't think you can do this. So, we let it go. And what ended up happening was I needed to test this theory. I was like, in general, I've now kind of deemed this person as like, what happened there? But I needed to know for myself, like, perhaps this was just the greatest song ever. And so what I did is that I ended up spending an entire day at work where I listened to the one song over and over and over again. And let me tell you, after 3 hours of listening to the Chainsmokers' Closer, I can say it is really close to being a perfect song. Just the way it goes in and out and all that. But really, realistically here, I think the cool thing about that is that it really set me on a journey of finding just finding the things that resonate with me and not being afraid to do the thing that's weird, do the thing that most people won't do. Because that's Nemo. That's generally what you're going to find from me, right? And from that moment there, That led to me listening to Chainsmokers on repeat. I actually have a whole playlist on Spotify that's just called repeat playlist, or repeat shortlist actually. And it's just like the same songs I listen to over and over again, including Clear Air for Miles and Playing for Time by Acoustic Alchemy, and a song from back in the day from my childhood, it's called Dreams to Dream from Five Goes West, An American Tale. Or maybe it's just the original American Tale. I can never tell the two. I never know where the music's coming from. But needless to say, it's the cartoon version, not like the professional version afterwards. Although, I mean, you had to be a professional to sing it with so much passion and so much real emotion. But at the end of the day, that song by the Little Mouse is like, dreams to dream in the dark of the night. When the world goes wrong, I can still make it right. I can dream so far in my dreams. Somewhere in my dreams will come true. And it's a lot better when you have like the violins and the orchestra and the Little Mouse voice singing it and everything. But like, I remember, because of like, it started with that one megabus ride of listening to songs over and over again. One day I had a night free and I was like, I want to go watch a comedy show. And for some reason, my brain would like, that song came up in my mind. Like literally had not heard it in probably 15 years. And I found it on Spotify and I listened to it, and it just put this thought in my mind about like, whoa, what can I do if I really want it? What if I really have a dream and I go for it? And what if I just like don't let go of that dream at all? What if I don't let go of that dream at all? I'm going to commit to it. And that night I decided I wanted to commit to watching a comedy show. And like, I went all around, and to tell you the truth, what was awesome is that the comedy show that I ended up at, Kevin Hart was there to practice some of his comedy, his comedy act, and just kind of test some things out. And it was like weird. It was like that New York moment where they're like, you never know, you might be at a comedy show and then someone famous shows up. That happened to me. And I really think part of it was started with that megabus journey of listening to that one guy, listen to that same song over and over again. I want to just give a quick thing real quick. Patty, I appreciate you sharing how much you enjoy the spoken version of that there. Those words are powerful, regardless of if they have melody to them or not. That is an inspiring song there. I want to also go ahead and just say, Sophia, it's so good to see you on here. Hello to you too. It is absolutely awesome to share this moment with you. And I have one more to go here, but before I do, what I would love to do is like make this not just about me. So if you have one thing today that you are grateful for, would you mind just like leaving a quick comment and just like putting it out there? I will say, and this is not the last one, but one thing that I am very appreciative of and grateful for is the fact that the friends that I'm with are just good people. And it's something that has come to life and come to light over time. And it's just like, I'm very, very fortunate that the people that we are around just happen to be good peeps, you know? And it's like we saw it on the wine tour, where we can come up with 5 different groups of friends from all over in our lives. And when you put them together, it just magnifies, right? It just magnifies. So I just want to make sure that like I'm doing us all a service here by giving us a chance to just share one thing that went really well today, one thing that you're grateful for today, and just like being able to take that all in. All right, cool. So, we talked about Spotify in general. We talked about the one song that we repeat over here. And thank you so much, Patty. I am grateful for you too. And is that Bill Finnegan? Heyo, Bill, good to see you there. Go ahead. Just sharing a little bit of gratitude for today. And it brings us to the third piece of gratitude. And this one here, let's see. This one is going to be, it's like you would think that I would come in like knowing what the 3 things are. But actually, I like to just see where the heart takes me, you know? To see where the heart takes me. I'm going to go for it. It's weird, it's random, and it's silly, but I'm going for it. I want to take this time to express my gratitude to Apple. And like just really being like taking the time to say like, Apple, thank you for these earbuds. These ones right here. Like, to tell you the truth, I used to go out and get like a lot of like just really sound isolating earphones and all those different things. And especially in New York, when taking the subway, it was like I need to be able to hear. And I'm an avid podcast listener, so like being able to hear the words were just so important. And I think as I'm like talking about this here, it really seems like the music and the things that I'm listening to really is bringing me great joy, you know. And I use these earphones all throughout the day at work. I use them as I commute to and from different places. And it's just one of those things where at the end of the day, I think I have to just say, like, I'm incredibly fortunate to be able to have like access to these kind of like amenities, right? Like I didn't do, how do I say it? I won a lottery in a sense, right? I won a genetic lottery that put me in a place where a lot of different things allowed me to continue going forward. And something as simple as, a $20 set of iPhone earphones, I just feel grateful for being able to be in a position that I can even get that. Being able to be in a place where I can just walk down to the corner and grab a new one because my other ones broke because I used them too much and or folded them up into my pocket and like kind of made them all crinkly. Something like that. Well, choose your version of this one here. But it's I guess what I want to make sure is I don't forget the simple things that I'm like, that are just like, you can wake up one morning and just like expect it to be there without actually like understanding how it happened. And it's kind of awesome. Like, we live in a really great time here. And I feel myself getting sentimental, but it's true. I think there's just a lot going on that is just really special. I'm going to go ahead really quickly. I'm going to give one more here. It's a bonus gratitude thing, but I'm just so full of it today that I have to let it out there. And this one goes out to Peggy Jean-Louis. We work together, and she's probably a bigger fan of podcasts than I am, which is something to say right there. I think that the cool thing, the reason I want to give some gratitude to her today is that she initiated a couple of discussions around the S-Town podcast that is pretty popular right now. And I have my views on it, but she really opened up an area for there to be a full dialogue to explore it from multiple sides of it. And she also put me onto a podcast called Missing Richard Simmons. And when I listened to that one, I listened to that in a day, just literally on like a train ride. I was like, this is good stuff. I got to keep going with it. And I wouldn't have experienced it. I wouldn't have known about it up before that point. So had Peggy not taken some time to explain to me why it might be a good listen for me, why it may resonate with a lot of the things that I'm trying to do, and just like who I am and the things that I believe in, I think I would have missed it. I think I would have completely missed it. So Peggy JL, this is for you. Thank you. I want to go ahead. We can go ahead and end this here because I'm still feeling the grooves. So I'm going to go back and listen to some more of those tunes. I'm also doing laundry, so it's time to take care of that. If I don't do that, it's going to get way too late. But I do want to say thank you to Sophia for sharing what she's grateful for. Nia Fe, what is up? All these great things about like the mentors and things like that. I apologize if things